I feel as bad as I look, and I feel like the absolute worst person in the world right now. I've been crying pretty much straight for the last 2 hours, and I'm a bit of a mess. I had a lovely day yesterday at my cousin's in the evening for a barbecue, and she sent me home with a chicken thigh, so I warmed it up and cooked it for lunch. Didn't finish it all, nipped upstairs, I think to go to the toilet or to shower or something, and then I was coming downstairs, like planning to go for a walk. I'd left it on the table because I thought maybe I'd want it afterwards. I sat down and then I realised it wasn't on the plate anymore, and it was like half a chicken thigh and the thigh bone, which is probably about the length of my finger, maybe like this big, and the dog's eaten it. She literally never touches my food. If I leave it on the floor, if I leave it on the table, if I leave it on the sofa, she doesn't touch it. So I called my sister, I called my cousin, I called my mum, I called the vet. My mum rang me back, so I called the vet back. Then my sister rang while I was on the phone to the vet, so I told the vet I'd speak to my sister. And ultimately, there was 3 options given. 1, put her on like a stodgy diet for the next 48 hours, so like bread, pasta and dog meat is what they recommended. Keep a really close eye on her. Check the poos for some bones, and as long as she started to pass them, then it's fine, but if she doesn't, then she needs an x-ray. Option 2 was to make her vomit, but then that has the risk of scratching the esophagus and tearing the esophagus on the way back up. And then option 3 was an x-ray under general anaesthetic, and then an endoscope to like pick out each of the fragments of bone individually. Literally the only thing my sister said not to do was she said not to give it any human food bar a carrot a day, but she specifically said not to give her cooked chicken bones, and of course she had a cooked chicken bone. So I've just been keeping an eye on her for the last couple of hours. She seems fine in herself. She's not vomiting, she's not bleeding. I fed her like 2 bread rolls, and then we've just been for like an on the lead stroll around the field behind my house, and she seems fine. But yeah, I've called in to work tonight to say that I can't make it, and I'm taking, I don't really know what it's called, but basically apparently you can take like emergency family leave, so I'm taking that. But now I feel really sick, really tired, massive headache, because I've just been sobbing for 2 hours straight, and yeah, it's not been fun. I definitely will not be doing this again. So my mum has actually just left. She's been here most of the afternoon. I was supposed to be on a night shift last night, so she wasn't ever coming till this afternoon, but because of what happened with the dog yesterday, I ended up having it as an emergency day, and I slept on and off on the sofa just keeping an eye on her. She seems fine. She seems like she's in good spirits. Still the same old, but she has had half a diarrhea poo this afternoon, so I'm hoping she'll do another one that's normal, and then it'll put me in my mind at ease a little bit, because I don't know whether it's just that she's completely changed her diet, because I've been feeding her bread and pasta, whereas normally she's on like very specific food and doesn't have any human food other than a carrot. So we shall see, but she seems fine. Mum thinks she's fine, so it is what it is. My mum was always planning to come down this afternoon with her 2 dogs, but because she's not allowed to be like jumping for the next couple of days, the dogs were left at home and it was just her. And then a third bad thing happened. So I've had the bullet hole in my window and the fascia. I've had the dog eat a chicken bone, and then I fell over. I have weak ankles anyway, and one of my ankles just gave way, and it wasn't actually my really bad ankle, it was the other ankle. And then to catch myself on the way down, I landed on the other knee, and both my hands, I don't know if you can see it, sort of grazed the top layer of skin. My hands are fine, they're just a bit sore, but my knee is very swollen, very bruised, and as you can see, it's broken the skin, so that's hurting. I've had an ice pack on it for the last hour. It's okay until I like bend it, especially walking up the stairs, but this is what it is. So I'm hoping that's the last of the 3 bad things that are going to happen. Oh, I really, really hope so anyway.
Supposedly she works in these really mysteriously. Okay, for us to be a place of truth and...
It has been a very, very stressful last couple of days, last 3 days, since the dog ate the chicken bone. And honestly, it's put me off dogs for life. I think it's worse because it's not my dog, but you know what I mean. Anyway, not yesterday, the day before, she ended up having a really loose stool, which is what they said to look out for diarrhoea. And that if she had diarrhoea, I needed to take her to the vets for us to have an x-ray under general anaesthetic. But then I spoke to another vet and they said it's probably just the diet changes, which is what I kind of thought, but they were obviously the ones that recommended the diet change. So in the evening she had a looser stool that was like a yellowy brown but not runny, and then the next morning, so after like 40 hours, I switched her back to her normal diet, and then by that evening the colour had gone back to normal, and it was still a little bit soft but not like loose or runny. And then the one, I took her out at like midnight, and that one just had loads of little pieces of bone in it, like loads and loads and loads. So I feel like she's passed it all. She's done 2 poos today that are both normal, no bone, and we're taking her for a walk. They told me not to let her like jump or run around, so I haven't taken her on a walk the last couple of days. And it's actually quite late in the afternoon now, but we've tried to go out twice today, and the second we were ready to go out, it started pouring down with rain. It's not that I've not taken her out the last couple of days, but I've kept her on the lead and just gone around the field a couple of times rather than on an actual free roaming walk. So anyway, onwards and upwards. It's the National Archery Championships tomorrow. They're being hosted in Nottingham, so I'm going to go watch that. So we'll go on an early walk and a late walk, and then she'll be by herself for like 6 hours in the middle. Dog out for her last walk of the night. We just did like 15 minutes around the field behind my house. It is pitch black out there now. I have invested in a torch, which I kind of needed anyway, and it's a rechargeable one, so I can have it ready always in like a power cone, whatever. But yeah, it's a bit scary because you can't really see the other end of the field, and who knows who's around the corner. I really should think they should put some lights out there. Anyway, I'm going to head to bed, and I don't think I'm going to get a nap in tomorrow now because I'll have to take the dog for a walk, then it's the archery national finals, and then I've ended up inviting a couple of friends over for a takeaway and games night.